Hi, my name's Annabelle from Weddings by Annabelle, and it's time for me to share some tips and advice for you again. This time I'm thinking about caterers. I work with very many variations of catering services, and the good thing is nowadays it's not just about having a buffet or a roast dinner. From hog roast to paellas to you name it, there is every variation out there now. Whatever you can think of to eat, you can now get it at a wedding. So here's some top tips on picking that caterer for you. First of all, think about a budget per head. So for the amount of guests you get and the budget you can afford to spend on food, break it down. So that's a good starting point with any quotes that you're going to be getting in. Next, look at the extras. Do the catering company, do they do linen, tablecloths and such like? Do they also do napkins? So whether you want paper or linen napkins, and maybe colour cut variations, you name it, there's all kinds of options. So just check out how much more extra that'll be to have that service. It might be that you have seen a specific style that you like for the presentation of the food. Try and send as many pictures as you can. So nowadays you can get things on different plate styles or slates or wooden boards, picnic hampers, you name it. Send them the pictures and ask the question. It's always worth trying. Another thing to consider is the bar service. A lot of catering companies now will provide staff to man a bar. So whether you are going to set up the bar yourself or get a company in to do it, just ask them whether they offer this service or not. It might be a nice added extra, and sometimes, depending on venue and budget and numbers, having one company to look after many things can work out a lot more effective. Another thing to think of, obviously each company you speak to will have been established for a certain amount of time and will have a certain amount of experience under their belts. Check out the age of the waiting staff and the people involved. It might just make, if service is a big thing to you, it's good to go and check them out in action. Maybe the caterers already run their own restaurant. Maybe they're doing a friend's wedding and you need to speak to them about it. But personally, I think service can make or break whether that caterer is worthwhile or not. So just do a little bit of digging and see what you can find out. The experience of a catering team will also reflect in their flexibility. So every time you see a menu posted online, most of the time they're only putting that menu on there because this is a good example of what they can do. But I can guarantee that most of them can do pretty much anything that you like. So check out how flexible they are in regards to what you would like. So that comes to my biggest thing. When it comes to selecting the food to eat on your big celebration, make sure that it's something that you want to eat. It's really hard to please everybody because we all like different things, and it can be overwhelming to try and consider everybody's factors. Obviously get special requirements under the belt, so gluten-free, vegetarian, etc. But what do you want to eat? It's your big day and they're celebrating you too. So decide on that and go from there. Anyway, I hope that's helped even a little bit. I know there's so much more I could talk about, especially on this topic. If you want some recommended suppliers, then go on to my website under the suppliers listing. If you're having trouble and would just like a little bit more advice on selecting the right one, or would like to query me about some quotes that you've had in, you know where I am, just drop me an email. And next time I post, hopefully I'll have some more interesting questions from people that I can relate to. Alright, thanks very much. Bye.